Welcome guys to yet another tutorial to how to use jQuery data table with C# MVC ASP.NET. So I will quickly brush through what we did the last time. So good. So yes, we learned how to download jQuery data table library, how to create an ASP.NET MVC project, how to properly arrange and include data table library files into our project, and I insisted that we will be very, very careful on how we do the third point. Next, we learned how to link our jQuery data table with our HTML table. And then finally, we learned how to include buttons into our tables. And then I introduced Microsoft Studio and then jQuery data table as the tools I used in my last episode. And then if you want to download the library, this is the link. Okay. And then this is how the table looked like after our last tutorial. Add, edit, delete, and then export buttons were included. We also demonstrated the search feature in jQuery data table. In today's tutorial, I will be introducing you to Microsoft Server database. I mentioned in my last tutorial that that's what we are going to use for our database connections. So we will be linking our MVC project to SQL Server database. Therefore, this will be a quick video on how to or where to download the database, and then how to write stored procedures. So it's basically an intro video on Microsoft SQL Server and stored procedures. Okay. So if you want to download the database, this is where you go to. If you search it, it will pop up in the search, and then it will bring you to this page when you follow the links. And then this is the download button. You can read all the documentations and tutorials on how to use the software. As I said, this is just an intro to how to install and use it for our MVC project, so I wouldn't be diving too deep into Microsoft SQL Server database. If you want me to do a complete tutorial on it, please comment in the comment section and I would respond with a tutorial. But until then, this is just an intro. So first, after you have downloaded, follow the installation instructions and get SQL Server installed. I have already installed it, so this is my SQL Server. So let's quickly create an SQL database. So you select database and then new database. Then for our database name, say MVC underscore project. Then click on OK. Here it is. So inside there is database diagrams, tables, views, external resources, synonyms, programmability, service broker, storage, security. We will be focusing on these two for the purposes of our tutorial. So you select tables, new table, and this table is going to be our employee table. So first we need an ID with data type int. We need the first name of our employee. I'm gonna give it an N voucher of 50. Last name. Let's always make sure our main convention for our tables is together. Let's also give this one an voucher 50. Every employee belongs to a department. So we say, what's your department? Date of employment. Which is the date they were employed. So let's just keep it basic for now. Okay, let me add their phone number and email address, and then we can move on. Phone number, we're gonna say yes, we want it to be a string. So, and then your email address, also a string. Good. Now we are going to set our ID as our primary key and auto increase it. Again, this is just an intro. Therefore, I am assuming that you have a basic knowledge in databases. But if you want me to do a complete tutorial on Microsoft SQL Server, please send in your comments and I will respond to them. So you select the ID, scroll down to identity specification, and then under that you select is identity, come here and then select yes. It will auto generate one, and that means your key will be auto increased when you add new items to the table. So let's go here and save our table as employee. Click OK. Now let's refresh, and then there we have it. The employee table is created right here. Let's hard code some let's input some data into our table. So you right click on the employee table and come to edit top 200 rows. Because our ID has been set to auto increase, we won't put anything there. Over here we will say John, and then we will say Mensa, which is a Ghanaian name, and then we will say finance, because John is a financial wizard. Date of employment, we would say 30th March 2021. Phone number, let's just put in zeros. Email address, we say jm at jm.com. And then we just press enter, and you realize that our ID has been set to 1. Let's add another one. And then we say answer. Department, we say human resource. Date, same date as John. Joined. Phone number 0000000. Email ama@ama.com. Let's say AA ama@aa.com. Let's click enter, and then you realize our ID has auto increased to 2 because now we have 2 information inside our table. Okay, let's close it, and then let's list our table data. You come here and you see it's select top 100, and then here we have it. John Mensa, department is finance. Date of employment is 30th March 2021. Phone number 00000. Email address jm@jm.com. Same with for AMA. Okay, so that is how you create database, how to create a table inside the database, how to add data into the database, and then how to display the. Okay, so next is stored procedures, how to create a stored procedure, and then what it does for us in our program. So first, let's look for the definition of what's stored procedures are. This is the website for SQL Sharp. It's a really good website with good information. So here it says SQL Server stored procedure. It's a batch of statements grouped as a logical unit and stored in the database. The procedure accepts the parameters and executes the TSQL statement in the procedure. Returns the results set if in. So basically what it's trying to say is that stored procedures are programming logic that are written and saved into that particular database to perform so many functions like select statement, insert statements, delete statements, update statements, and a whole lot of other complex functionalities. Now, it is useful for me because when written, we can use it over and over again without having to write new functions or logics. So, for example, if you write select stored procedure, we can use the same structure for other select statements without having to write from scratch. So that's one of the reasons why stored procedures are good and useful. There are so many benefits and then usefulness. So let's just get into it and write our first stored procedure. So let's collapse our table folder and then head to programmability, because stored procedures are programming logics. Expand it and then come to stored procedure. Now click on stored procedure and SQL Server auto generates the structure for you. So here it says the name of the author, date you created the procedure, and the description. So here I'm gonna type in my name here. Today's date is 30th March 2021. Exactly. Description. We are going to write it. Select statement. Select statement. Good. So this is actually the syntax or structure of writing a stored procedure. First, you create the procedure name here, and then the parameters you want to accept based on the functionality you want. I've already written one, so I'm just going to paste it here, and then we can go through. So here, I'll say create a procedure called select employees, and select first the ID, the first name here, the last name here, the phone number here, date of employment is here, the email address is also here. Now let's check the structure if we miss anything. First name, last name, department. Okay. Let's put department here. Date of employment, phone number, email address. Okay. Let's put them here. And please take note. Each of the DB objects are separated with a comma right here. Separated with a comma. Separated with a comma. Okay. Then we say select these from the employee table here. From the employee table. So create procedure called select employees and select these fields from the employee table. Now let's execute. And we have an error. Let's double click and see, it says here. First name, last name, department. Okay, great. So our command ran successfully, and it also gives you the time and date that it's run. Okay. So let's refresh. Let's open our stored procedure and then refresh it and see if it came okay. Now let's. Great. So the name is here. The date it was created is here. The description is select statement. Then this is the name. These are the objects that we are actually selecting. Okay, so as I said, this was a tutorial on SQL Server and how to create stored stored procedures. This is just an intro tutorial, and so in our next video we will be looking at how to connect our MVC project to SQL Server database. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you've not watched my previous tutorial, please go back and watch for better understanding of the series. Leave a comment in the comment section if you want any clarification or clarity on what I'm doing. See you in the next video. Thank you and have a great day.